All right. Good evening. What is going on, everybody? Happy FOMC day. Had some major news in the U.S. today, with Mr. Powell dropping some rates on us. Went from 4% to 3.25%. And for some reason, the dollar took a dump. Dollar took an absolute dump today. So we're going to look at some trades tonight. See if we can make some money. If you're just joining the stream, welcome, guys. My name's Matt. We're going to be trading. So what we're going to do is look for volume first today. Like normal, volume equals volatility. So we are going to make sure that we're looking for some volume. The pair that has the highest volume right now, Euro JPY, is at a very strong support. What we're going to do here is put a line or a zone per se, where if it breaks it, we're going to be in for sells, because this could be a triple top and we could see this drop down. So we're going to just write that out. Sells with closure below the line, below the zone, I should say. So we're just setting up charts right now. So if you struggle with setting up charts and you struggle with understanding how to do that, I would definitely pay attention right now, because what we're doing is setting up our charts for the night to see what we're actually going to get in on. Super important, very important, especially if you want to get into trading or learn how to trade. You need to learn how to set up your charts. So we're going to mark that as red. USD JPY is falling off an absolute cliff, and it's coming to a zone here, but we're not going to touch this trade. There's no telling when it's going to reverse or anything like that, so we're going to move that all the way down here. The next chart that we have here is GBP-AUD, and the way this chart here is looking is that this 4-hour could be an extension. However, every candle subsequently has closed above the previous candle's low, which means that this could be on an uptrend. So with that being said, we are probably going to stay away from that one. It's certainly something to look at as a sell, but we're going to stay away from that one right now. Euro USD is on a massive bull run. As you can see here, it really is not, probably won't stop until it hits. We got 17 more pips to go until it hits some sort of resistance area, but it's not something that I really want to touch, because you're never sure when it's going to actually reverse. It could go as high as 1750 before it comes back down. Too much of a guessing game there. Not really confident with which way that's moving at all. Doesn't really fit any of our it doesn't really fit anything that we're looking at or our strategy whatsoever. So that's not something that we're going to look at. So we're going to unflag that. Euro AUD, we can take a look here. It certainly is at a pretty sorry about that, guys. I had a let's see here. So if we're looking at Euro AUD, again, not really sure. It's at a pretty low point. We could start to see a reversal. If anything, it would be a buy off this reversal, but we don't have much to go off of there. AUD USD is at a high since, or AUD JPY is at a high since Monday, July 22nd. So that is a really long time That's almost 6 months. We should start to see this come down, but AUD JPY is at a pretty high, to be quite honest with you, and it's just consolidating. Even if we look at the hour here, you kind of have a triple top, but we're going to need to see something break. So again, we're going to put this line here, and we're going to go back to our right here. We're going to just copy this, and it's the same thing. Same thing as our other trade. So AUD JPY and Euro JPY are kind of in the same boat here. All of the JPY pairs looks like they're getting bearish candles, which is obviously solid if we're looking for a reversal, but if there's no sign of a reversal, it's not really something that we'd look to get into. We can delete these break of structure lines because it's no longer valid, really. Obviously, it was still a break of structure, but it's not what we're looking for here. The next zone on this one's going to be about right here. We can look for sells on CHF JPY as well. Looks like we kind of caught a top here. This looks like it kind of topped out right here. So this is something where we can look to take a sell. GJ, everyone's favorite. GJ is at a high from all the way back in July 10th. So July 10th was the last time that this was this high. Technically speaking, it's again consolidating. Consolidating pretty heavy here, actually. So not really something we'd look at unless we got a clear break of the support that it's on right now. We need to see a clear break of that. Gold's going through the roof because the dollar's taking a dump. That's how it works. GBP NZD. Let's take a look on the 4 hour here. Looks like it's dropping, but it's at a pretty strong support right there going back to December 2nd. That's 8 days of support on here. It's retesting. It looks like it's going to drop off, and we should see it fill this zone down here. But again, we would need some more confirmation on that. We can move that one up there, though. Euro CHF. Looks like a sell to me, but kind of hard to tell still. It's got a doji candle or a dragonfly candle right now, so it's a little tough to tell. Still a sell in my opinion, but we're not going to touch that for right now. AUD NZD. So it looks like we have an uptrend here. We saw our break of resistance, our break of structure there. But if we look at the trend that we're on here, there's our trend. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. This could continue up this trend and rebound off this support and keep going up, or it could break and double top. So not really something that we're 100% sure on, so it's not something we're going to take. CAD JPY, when was the last time it was this high? A long time ago. CAD JPY should come down, to be honest with you. CAD JPY looks like it should be coming down. It has been at a high for the past 2 or 3 days. We broke through our support here after we had a retest and go. So it's certainly a possibility that we see this continue down. We'd really want some sort of confirmation that it's going to break the lows here but we'll put a line right here. This is kind of where we'd want to see a candle close. Gold is just on an absolute run right now. It's not something I would touch. Look at that chart right now. You have no idea when it's going to break. It could go up to its high at right around the 4,250 range, 4,250 plus to 4,260, or it could reject, because the last time it rejected at that area, last 2 times. So for gold, I wouldn't touch it, to be quite honest with you. I don't really like the way gold looks at all. Yeah, I don't like gold at all. It's too risky right now. And even if you break it down to the 1 hour, it could stop right here and reject, just like it did the past 2 times, here and here. So I wouldn't touch gold. Gold's not something that I'm interested in right now. GBP CHF, look at it on the 4 here. It finished a head and shoulders pattern here. Let's chart this up a little bit. So we're going to find our support and we're going to find our resistance. This finished a head and shoulders pattern right here. Now, do we know if it's going to drive down through it or reject at this zone? Not really very clear right now. Not touching NZD's JPY. So EuroCAD is a really interesting trade right now. We had a clear break right through the zone. And then we now have it rejecting, but it could finish the W pattern, as you see right here. This W pattern. So it's not really something that I would get in unless we saw a clear confirmation of a move downward and a rejection, or a breakthrough and a retest for it to move towards the upside. NZD USD's flying. USD CAD's dropping like a fly. Your next zone for USD CAD is not even till down here. That's got a lot of potential, because your next zone is, and it broke. Your next zone on this is not for another 56 pips. That's a huge upside, but there's like no volume. There's no volume. So we're not really going to touch any of these lower ones. We're going to kind of move back up to the top and take a look at what our... I'm thinking we're going to sell Euro JPY, to be quite honest with you. Let's take a look at our technicals. The technicals are kind of wishy-washy. From the hour down, you have sells on your technicals. And from the 4 hour up, you have buys. You'd really want to see it break below this, because it's got a huge FVG, it's got a huge fair value gap right here, and on top of that, it's at a pretty strong support right now that it hasn't broken in a while. AUD JPY is the same thing. All these JPY pairs are selling, but we just don't know which one's gonna sell the best per se. All these are selling. Euro CHF could be a buy, but I think we're going to break it down to the ones with the most volume, just because volume equals volatility. So if we want to see any movement, we need to see some volume. We're going to have to wait on almost all these trades. There's no clear... There's no clear move on really any of these right now, to be quite honest with you. The market's very choppy right now. And that's fine. We're not going to force a trade. Like, there's no point in ever forcing a trade. We need to see a confirmation that would enable us to get in something. At least 2 confirmations that go with our guidelines here. And I'm not really seeing any of those. Yeah, none of these have... Like CAD JPY is breaking it, but if you go to Euro JPY, there's more room between the EMA and the actual candle price. That's 28. AUD JPY has 22. CAD JPY has 18. CHF JPY really has the most if it were to be a head and shoulders pattern, because you're gonna see it come down to somewhere like right here. That'd be like 42 pips for it to be a head and shoulders pattern here. So for it to be a head and shoulders pattern, see something like this. But it would come down to almost like right here. So I don't really like any of those trades right now, to be quite honest with you guys. Yeah, I just don't really like... We just need more of a confirmation. But if we can get a bearish candle close here, I really do like the possibility of this. I like the possibility of that. Which means we should see this move to here. If we measure that right now, you're looking at like 42 pips. So it's a pretty good movement. It's good movement. It's just not confirmed yet. But that looks like something that could happen on the 4 hour. And for that to happen, we need to see... Shout out my boy Will, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. Thanks for joining, man. Shout out Will. Fuck, man. Day 1. It's over 10 years, man. Good to hear from you. Shout out Will. Yeah, this could be a head and shoulders, guys. We're going to watch this to see where this closes. On the 1 hour, it's looking pretty bearish. But it's right now at the EMA ribbon, and like that sometimes serves as a support. So it's not really something that I'd want 100% get in right away, because we still need to see a lot more. Euro CHF, again, it looks like it's dropping. Like Euro CHF has a strong possibility of going for 26 pips. But if we look at the 4 hour, you just had a bunch of really long wicks, and it just finished a mini head and shoulders kind of. And Euro AUD we're not touching. So again, we're going to stick with the main ones that we were looking at and kind of evaluating to see where we hop in at. But keep evaluating and see where we want to get in, whether we want to get in or not at all. But our top 3 trades right now are Euro JPY, Euro JPY, CAD JPY, and CHF JPY. The rest of these, I don't really like. But I'd really like to see Euro JPY kind of break this and at least come down to the zone here for a retest before it goes up. What we'd be looking for is kind of a down and then retest for it to go up. We'd take the downside and try and sell this off. A lot of technical analysis here right now. There's really no clear direction that the market's moving, and there's a couple reasons for that. One of them being the amount of news we had. We had the employee cost index quarter over quarter. We had the Bank of Canada's rate statement today. We had the Bank of Canada's press conference today. We had federal funds rate, FOMC statement, economic projections. And to be quite honest with you guys, I mean, it was interesting for sure. They dropped the rate by 0.25. You know, the previous was 4. We're at 3.75 federal funds rate. You'd think that that would be good for the currency, but the US dollar just took a dump. You'd think, though, you know, it's kind of weird. And then we have AUD news tonight. You have employment change and the unemployment rate coming out for AUD news tonight. I'm gonna flash this over real quick so you guys can see. But look at the amount of news we had today. I mean, all those red folders are major high impact news, not stuff you want to be in a trade during. It's just major impact news. And FOMC is, I mean, this happens quarterly, and it just absolutely, actually happens 8 times per year, but it just absolutely destroys the market. It doesn't follow any price action rules. It just does whatever it wants to do. So we're not touching trades until we see something we actually like. And that's just the way I trade, guys. We're not going to force anything. We're still looking at CAD JPY, Euro JPY, and CHF JPY for sells, but we have no confirmation yet, guys. Really no confirmation yet. We're going to wait and see what happens here at the 8 o'clock hour. See if we get some sort of movement on the 1. If we get another big bearish candle, we may enter. But being at such a strong support for almost a day, but being at that it's at a new high too, it's not something that we really want to mess with too much until we have more of a confirmation. So we're going to hold for the next little bit here. We can take a look at the 15. Candles are starting to get smaller too as we approach this area. So with that being said, you could see a reversal. It happened the last 2 times that we were here. I mean, you can see here and you can see here. So from here, it might go right back up to there, or we can see it move toward the downside and finally break this support. But we're not sure yet. Time will tell. If we go to CAD JPY, it's really the same thing here, except we only have one other time where it reached this point. Now we're at a new point. This is our second time, and this is really our support right here. We can see this rocket back up to this area, or we could see this come back down to here and break probably a low right about there, 112,500 area. We're going to see what happens. You just got a new 15-minute candle there. And then moving on to CHF JPY, we got the same thing, and not necessarily a problem, but we're on the 15-minute here, and it hasn't. Thanks, Will. I appreciate you, bro. Same problem. Like, right here. Like, is it going to break this and move toward the downside, or are we just going to see another reversal back up this way? But like I said, Euro JPY has the most volume. So if we were going to see a breakout towards the downside or a reversal, it's probably going to be on that one. AUD JPY, same thing. If we take a look at this one on the hour, oh yeah, this one actually already broke the ribbon. Your next real kind of support or any sort of zone that actually matters here isn't until right there too. So you have some room to actually drop, not much though, 10 or so pips. Yeah, 10 or so pips. So if we look at the 4 hour on this one, yeah, it might have already made its move, to be honest with you. AUD JPY might have already made its move, in my opinion. GBP NZD is not showing us any kind of love on the selling power. So we could look at it for a buy, but again, it's just charting sideways. There's no real breakout forming at all. It's just a bunch of consolidation. GBP AUD with some upward movement. Euro CHF still looking pretty bearish with a rejection off of the EMA ribbon. You just got such long wicks here. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this zone that we have built up right here. Kind of built up a zone right there. Euro AUD, we did have buys, but again, coming up on the EMA ribbon, we're going to want to see some sort of break of structure right here. Euro USD, same thing. I mean, it's either going to keep climbing or reverse, and we have no sort of indication really whatsoever on what's going to happen there. So looks like we're just going to have to wait here. 15 is rejecting. 15 is rejecting. The 15 is rejecting. I mean, we're just not getting what we need here. The only one we actually got it on was AUD JPY, and there's not really much room for it to go. You're going to get more support in 14 pips. So I suppose it could go down to here, but you still have some junk you got to get through right there. Right here, which is pretty much at this level. It's not a bad looking trade, but not enough for us to get in yet. We're going to want to see some sort of wick up. Some sort of wick to right here and then a push down. That's what we're looking for. We're going to get a new 15-minute candle here in just a minute too, so we can certainly take a look at it, but we'll see what happens. If you're just joining, guys, welcome. Appreciate you joining the stream, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Appreciate you, Will. See, because it kind of sucked back up here. We could look to fill this wick and move down, though. That's the only thing I'm seeing on any of these 15-minute charts. But we had a break of the lows, which is good. I mean, that's the only structural break that we have on really any of these charts right now. On the hour, it looks like we had some dips that matched it, actually. So yeah, I mean, we had an hour candle back December what? 8th, 9th. See how it sucked back up there? You don't want to get caught in a sell with it retracing back up. You've already had bearish movement for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. Yeah. See how it kind of rebounded off the line right there, off the EMA ribbon? It's just not something I'd be willing to get into yet. And CHF JPY is not even moving, but CAD JPY is. CAD JPY is getting more movement. If we go to the 15-minute here, again, this is kind of the line we're looking at. It's, I should say, right there. It's kind of right there, yeah. That's really the line we need to see a candle closure below for us to get any sort of downward movement without getting faked out. Because you don't want to get caught in a fake out. Liquidity grab, whatever you want to call it. It's not something you want to get caught in. Now we're getting rejection on Euro JPY. We're getting rejection on CHF JPY. Look at that wick we got on AUD JPY. That's why you don't get in sells right there, right away, without confirmation. We're just kind of coasting here. Again, welcome to the stream, guys. If you're new, make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys joining. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it's looking more like it's going to be a buy based off just what we've seen this chart do. We got 2 more minutes until we get a new 15-minute candle. And that'll hopefully give us some sort of idea of what's going on. But right now we got nothing. Could be a no trade kind of night. What are these technicals looking like? Yeah, they're all over the place. But we got 2 more minutes until we get a 15-minute candle, and the only one we liked was right here, and it sucked all the way back up. I mean, that candle is just a massive wick now. That's more of a reversal candle than keep dropping. If that makes sense, yeah. So, let me take a look at some of these other charts, but just not seeing much. Even Euro USD, I mean, even Euro USD could keep going. It's got 3 solid fair value gaps. GJ looks like it's going to buy too. But on the hour, it's extremely bearish. It's been bearish for 2 hours. But we're closer to a ribbon flip on this one than we are on any other ones. Can go either way. GJ can really go either way. And now, like, Euro JPY is sucking back up even more. We just got a new 15-minute candle here, so we're going to take a look at that. Just got a new 15-minute here, a new 15-minute here, a new 15-minute here. And it's like, this is not where I'd want to scalp buys. Just not really looking like I want to scalp buys right here. If anything, you want to scalp the sell down to this, but it's just not giving us what we need to take it. It's rough so far. Very choppy market today. Very choppy. This is when you got to have that discipline, though. I mean, if it doesn't fit your style, and it doesn't fit your plan for trading, your trading plan, I mean, there's just, can't force it. Can't force it. I want to get in a trade just as bad as you guys, but like I said, it's not something you could really force. And all of these are buying back up, which is totally opposite of what our analysis was. Like, we could scalp like a GJ buy up to the ribbon right there for 13 pips, but like, it's just not a high probability. Got so much sideways chop that there's no decisive movement whatsoever. $26K on GBP AUD. But on the 4, it looks like it's just weird candles. Really weird candles. If we get like an hour close like that, I mean, it could certainly come back up, but so much rejection right here in this area. Right here. oops, so much rejection right here. I mean, since yesterday, you have 1, 2, 3 now. I mean, it depends what this next hour does, but you have a lot of rejection. So again, it's just what we're looking at here. We're not seeing anything crazy. I think we're going to see this 15-minute come back down. Come back down and fill this wick on the 15-minute. I mean, we could even look at the 5 if we wanted to. I mean, the 5 rejected so hard, right back up. '15's doing some weird things. Yeah, wow, look at Euro JPY. I mean, that went for, since we were looking at it, went for 15 pips the other way. Just a full-on reversal again. CAD JPY, same thing. But you got to look at it on the bigger picture here. So, like, if we go back to the hour, like, is this actually a reversal? Or is this just priming for the next hour candle to come down and fill this wick? And that's something you got to decipher. So we're trying to decipher right now. It's not really giving us much. Three tiny candles here. I got no idea. Euro CHF is just. We're starting to get some rejection on Euro USD and AUD NZD. Staying within that channel that we drew up here. So we had our channel and it's kind of sticking with it. We should see this probably move the other way again. USD JPY finally coming back up a little bit after pretty much all day of dropping after the news. But to get in the best position, you're going to want to wait for it to wick down a little more before you enter. If we get a bullish close on USD JPY, we could look to take buys there, just off this zone rejection, this support. A couple different charts that we're looking at here, and a lot of them are just kind of moving sideways. Again, I know I've said that a couple of times, but that's why we're not in anything yet. Gotta have patience sometimes. We could see USD JPY. I mean, it dropped pretty hard. We could see it kind of come up, keep going. That's something we could see. Or this could just keep driving through the zone and come right back down. There's just no definitive direction yet. But you should expect to see some sort of reversal at some point with this much downturn on the dollar. It might not be today, but not many people on tonight, huh? All right, we see some bearish movement finally now. So we're getting some sort of movement. And we got rejection off this, but again, we're going to want to see something below this. 4 hour looks like it's going to sell down to this zone. It's a good looking chart right now. If we can flip bearish on the 4, the 1 hour is already rejecting off the EMA ribbon and this FEG, so you can see a nice big red candle here. But again, below this zone is what we're really looking for. Wow, Euro JPY on the hour just completely rejected this. Look at that, went for 27 pips. This thing could keep climbing. And what's wild is not all the JPY pairs are doing the same thing. Some of them are, for sure. But others, not so much. But yeah, looks like we are getting some buying power back on these JPY pairs. We got 4 minutes until we get a new hour candle. And that's where we'll kind of decide what's going on, decide if we want to get in anything or not. As for the buy here, for it to come back up to the zone, I mean, you're looking at 39 pips. Like 40 pips is a good trade, but is it going to keep doing that? Because look at the 4. It could totally just come back down and fill this wick on the 4. What we're really going to be looking at is these new hour candles coming up here. See if there's anything that entices us. We have everything drawn up though, so we know, where we can get in and if it's possible. Typically the last 3-4 minutes of an hour is when you see a lot of movement. That's what we're seeing right now. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes till we get a new candle here. And like, it's important to not try and miss the move. Like, have FOMO of missing the move. Like, yeah, we missed just now. If we would have just bought on a whim right here, yeah, we missed a 23 pip movement, but it doesn't fit our trading criteria whatsoever. So, like, it doesn't bother me that we missed a move of 20, 30 pips, because it didn't fit how our trading style is. You don't break your trading style just to catch the pips and get a profit. That's how you lose an account real quick. Chasing trades. GJ looks like it's going to sell now. A lot of these look like they're going to sell, and some of them look like they're going to buy. But you got JPY pairs doing different things, which is not always typical. Typically, if JPY is a secondary pair in the pair that you're trading, most of them do the same thing. They don't typically flip-flop this much, and that's another thing that's kind of scary to look at here. All right, here's our new hour candle. So let's see what happens on these charts. See if we're going to get anything on any of these charts with this new hour candle. USD JPY is getting some actual buying power, but it's a sell on every other time frame. Look at the day on this. I mean, it just absolutely dropped because of the news. So, GBP NZD coming up to make a wick. If we get a rejection off the FVG, we could look to take a sell there. That's certainly a possibility. GJ to me looks like it's going to sell, but again, we need a confirmation, like below this. CAD JPY, same kind of thing. We look at the 4 hour. I mean, it's a pretty big bearish candle. You'd expect it to fill this wick and at least come down to the zone. That CHF JPY started to move all the way up. GBP AUD should fill that zone. How many pips is that? 25 pips. It's just rejected this area so much. Like, so much. We'll see what happens 10 minutes into this candle. If we don't see anything, we might not trade tonight. AUD JPY looks like it could sell for us. So does GJ. See, this could be coming down to create a wick and go back up, or it could be falling still. Now, there's not much there. Euro CHF has fallen. Euro AUD really climbed. Really did. Coming up on the first 5 minutes of this new candle here, this new hour. To be honest with you guys, I'm not really seeing anything. It's just not much, no really good price action right now at all. None of these charts have anything to show for. None of, which is wild. Like typically we have at least like 1 or 2 charts that are promising. I'm not really seeing anything on any of these. Other than a little bit of bearish movement on the ones that we thought were sells. Even if you look at the 4 on USD JPY, I mean, GBP NZD is even rejecting. All right, we might have, I mean, even CAD JPY, like let's go to the hour. Like, this is the most promising one just because of the ribbon flip. Like the ribbon flip is super important. You can see that it's changing. Our EMA ribbon is clearly bearish. The chart's bearish, but we just haven't broke this zone in, you know, the last 2 times we were here. This is where it broke through, but there's no sign yet that it's going to fill this zone down here. I'd like to see some sort of confirmation. If you're just joining, welcome guys. Appreciate you joining the stream. Make sure you like and subscribe. We go live all week, Sunday through Thursday, every week. That's our trading week. All live trades. Teaching you guys and making money on the way. Yeah, I think CAD JPY is the only one that looks somewhat promising, and it has half the amount of volume as like Euro JPY and AUD JPY. It's like 3/4 of the way to GBP USD, and it's half of USD JPY. But CAD JPY is the only one that really looks like anything, and even it's a stretch until we get, you know, a closure below this line. What are we, 8 minutes into this candle? We're 8 minutes into this candle with pretty much no movement, other than a couple pips each way. Even if we look at some of these ones with a ton of volume, this might be coming down to create a wick and then head up. I mean, that's something we could look at is Euro AUD. Wasn't there an AUD that was selling? Yeah. And the technicals on this are just kind of wonky. I mean, you got buys on everything less than the 4 hour. The 4 hours are neutral. Everything else is flipped to buys. I appreciate everybody who's watching, though. Thank you, guys. Trying to do this growing thing all organically, too, so everyone who does subscribe, it means a lot. What's the 4 hour look like right here? See, the 4 hour is just... You could get a bullish engulfing candle here, but it's not even guaranteed. Euro JPY is rejecting and buying its way back up. Might see a move on CAD now. Could see a move here on CAD JPY. Might get something. And the reason that we liked CAD was because of this. This is the only reason that we liked CAD JPY is because we could see that. The possibility of that. This would need to come back down pretty hard. But like, there's your head. There's your left shoulder. We might come back down and create a right shoulder, but we need to come all the way down to here. And it's a good move, don't get me wrong. It would be, 32, 37 pips, but it's not confirmed yet. But the one is starting to move like it wants to. Some good rejection on GBP and ZD. It's a good indication that we might actually get a sell here. Like I said, this one has really good upside for us. I mean, if you were to take a sell here and go for 195 pips, but it hasn't broken that in a while. The 4 is still bullish. We need some sort of full 4 hour bearish flip to get in anything. Take a look at the 15-minute on all these. See if we notice anything. Rejection, consolidation, rejection, consolidation, a little bit of rejection. The 15 looks good on this. The 1 hour looks good on this. We'll sell GBP and ZD. I mean, this looks like a good sell, to be honest with you. But it's the only thing. Now it's climbing back up. Look at the 15. Just got a new 15. See what happens here on this 15-minute. That's a move. The 4 hours what scares me on this one, because if this 4 closes bullish, you could see it move toward this upside here, just because it's been on a downtrend for so long. This could be its reversal. But the 1 hour is rejecting off this fair value gap and this EMA so hard that it makes you want to sell it. So minimally, you know, if you're going to draw, you know, another zone here, it would be right there. And you could sell it to there for 30-something pips. We'll sell it. Pretty tight stop loss. Let's draw this up. Short position. Really tight stop loss there. Where do we enter here? Let's see, 2.3013. 2.3013. Yeah, we'll get in this one. Minimal risk here. Minimal risk. So we are in sells on GBP and ZD. This is the best priced action we've seen. Is these three rejection candles on the 1 hour. On the 15, yeah, it's rejecting on the 15 too. We should see this go for some pips right now. Let's draw our chart up here. There's our stop loss. Let's put some take profits in. Make it green so we know where we're taking profit. There. Our bottom one's going to be here. Which we're going to sell GBP NZD, guys. All right, so we are in a trade, guys. Didn't think we were going to get one tonight, but I like this. I like this price action a lot. Getting it 5 minutes just now. Yeah, you can see a momentum shift here. There's definitely a momentum shift toward the downside. I think it's going to fall off here. We're in GBP NZD sells, guys. It's a decent profit here. Five pips in profit and dropping. See what we're looking like on the hour here. Yeah, we flipped pretty bearish there, which is good. Yeah, this was a good flip here. weird movement here, but we're gonna give this another probably 5 minutes here. It's trying right now. If we go to this 4-hour chart, yeah, I mean, it looks like we're probably gonna see I think we should see this area. I think we should see down here in the next day or so, to be quite honest with you. What do we got, 4 minutes? If we don't break this right here, we'll get in another position. Another sell. We got 2 minutes, guys. Oh boy. Man, slow stream today. Not many people watching today either. Everybody's like busy today, I guess. I think it could have been my thumbnail, to be honest with you. All right, we got 1 minute left. That's a good move on the 15 there, going into the last minute. It's a really good move. All right, let's see what this new candle prints here. See if we get a little bit of buying movement, we can get back in. All right, guys, we're in this trade though. I appreciate everybody watching tonight. Not a very busy night on stream, but we're in GBP and ZD sales. Hope everybody had a great night. Thanks for everyone who did watch. I really appreciate it, guys, and I hope everybody has a great night and successful trading day coming up tomorrow. So have a great night, everyone. Thank you.